All right, so this is Poly 7, number 3, and it asked you to do synthetic division. Now, we could easily do long division with this, but the direction said to use synthetic division. So if you remember, the requirement of synthetic division is that you have to multiply by a simple binomial. Well, x squared plus 4x minus 5 is not a simple binomial. And remember, a simple binomial would be x plus 2, x minus 1, x plus 3. It would have no higher power than 1 on the x and no leading coefficient on the x. So we kind of have to think about, well, how can we get this to be some sort of simple binomial? Well, if we factored it, that might help us. So if we factor this, it would factor into x and x, 5 and 1. In order for the 4 to be positive, but the 5 to be negative, the 5 here would have to be positive and the 1 would be negative. Now I have two simple binomials. Now I can do my synthetic division. I'm just going to have to do it twice, once with -5 and once with +1. It makes no difference which one you start with. You can start with whichever one you want. So I'm going to write down my coefficients. I have 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, so I don't need to put any zeros in. So I have 1, 4, -11, -24, and 30. I'm going to start my synthetic division with +1, but it makes no difference. I'm going to bring down the 1. I'm going to multiply. Whoops. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to add. 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 This here is my remainder. I could just ignore it. So now I started with an x to the 4th equation. These would be all the coefficients for an x to the 3rd equation. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to divide by -5 now. So I'm going to bring down the 1. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to add. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to add. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to add. So now I've divided through by another x. So now my highest coefficient here would be, or my highest power would be an x squared. So this here, my answer would be x squared. I could say plus 0x, but I'm just going to leave that off. -6, and there is no remainder. I hope this helps.